when I first ran into the fact that George Washington was bled to death by his doctors, I was genuinely shocked. I was shocked not just by the details of the case, but also by the fact that I'd never really heard this before. It seemed very strange to me. I couldn't understand it. So I just kept reading about it and thinking, my goodness, this man was killed by his doctors that bled five pints of blood, half the blood in his body, then gave him an enema, and then he expired at a relatively young age. He should have been alive for another 20 years, as people of his social status and everything were at that time. And it seems incredible that the father of our country, the most revered man in America, about whom there's absolutely no dispute, who should be president after the Constitution was drafted, would have been killed by his doctors through bleeding, a hideous, horrible practice that was very common from the Middle Ages all the way up through the 19th century. So I was concerned about writing about it because I thought, well, everybody must know this, and I must be uniquely shocked. I guess maybe I'd been protected from this information or overlooked this in middle school history or something. I didn't know what was going on. So I began to ask around, hey, did you know George Washington, father of our country, was killed by his own doctors? They bled him to death, bled half the blood out of his body, and then gave him an enema, and he expired. And I couldn't find a single person with whom I spoke who told me that they knew that. They're really? I didn't know this. That's amazing. So in light of that, and in light of the fact that I've been writing a lot about what's called iatrogenic death, which is death by doctors, a big feature of our time, death at the hands of the medical profession itself, death at the hands of the experts, death at the hands of the know-it-alls, the healers come to save you and actually kill you. This is a very common feature of our times. I thought, well, I'm just going to write about it. So I did.